Keller Williams Silicon Beach, how you guys doing today? Great! Okay, good, a little bit better. Welcome to your February 2019 sales meeting. Everybody turn your phones on mute, please. Make sure that there's no disruption, $25 or $50 KW cares. Okay, so we're going to go on a little bit of a story today. If you allow me to indulge myself on some new events that are happening inside of the company. First, we're going to start with some market share numbers that I think are relevant for you guys, and it's also the result of all of your hard work for last year, 2018, okay? So this is a sales graph of market share for Silicon Beach for 2018. In the lead at the top, Keller Williams Silicon Beach, $650 million, just a tick over $650 million in market share. Give yourselves a hand for that. That's the result of all of your work. You can see our next largest competitor, Better's Halton Party, Remax, a lot of the other companies that you noticed, Compass, Coldwell, much smaller down the graph. You guys have done an amazing job at growing the market share in this office. I know since Rick's bought this office, Rick and Panos, and since we've been here, this market share has more than doubled. And we have visions to increase this moving forward. So understand your presence in the marketplace, understand what this means for your business, and congratulations, it's an amazing job. Another stat here, this is more statistics on the same thing, breaking it down. What I found is interesting, the average days on market, we're the lowest of any office in the area. It's about 40 days average on market. I know that's a great statistic.
Something you should use on take this to your listing presentation or put it in your listing presentation is you can show what the competition is doing and what we're doing.
And what we're doing, right? And what's the main takeaway in a listing presentation when you talk about market share? What's the takeaway for the seller, for them to understand?
Well, first of all, days on market.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the number one thing, and then just that our office will probably sell your property.
That's the key right there, right? Is that within our office, we'll probably be able to sell your property faster than any other competitor, right? Because of our size, we'll be able to match that buyer and find that buyer for you, right? When you're in your listing presentation, you're talking about who that buyer is, you're going to match closely with your seller. They're going to be able to relate to you, okay? So once again, give yourselves a hand, guys. This is all of your hard work. Okay, so like I said, story time. So I wanted to present the ALC. Two of the members are here. Baron's leading for family reunion today. Your ALC does super cool stuff, and I want you to understand. Shannon, it's Dominic, your broker, and Baron Bruno. So recently, we went to an escape room. Has anybody ever done an escape room before? Just the ALC. So, has anybody done an escape room? Put your hand up. Okay, so share some of the experiences here. What?
Yeah, we did.
You guys think it out. Okay, so the concept is that they put you in a room, and it's puzzle orientated. You have to look for clues and find attached items so that you can eventually get out of the room. And it's filled with a theme. So it was the 5 of us, and typically you can go out with the 10 people. So we had 50% of the people allowed. And true to all of our personality, your personalities really come out in a situation like this. Lenny was with us, and she's for those of you who don't know, she's a high C, which is an analyst, very organized. A lot of you probably have experience. There was a part of an element table that who knew if it was relevant or not to escaping. First thing she did, she went to the element table and tried to figure out what the elements were, and you had to come up with a number code on it. And of course, it took her a pretty long time to figure it out, and that was the only thing she worked on. But she was there fastidiously working and solving that, and because it was detailed, it was structured, she could see it make sense. I'm running around, looking around, wondering what everybody else is doing, trying to not say too much and do too much like coaching, right? Baron the same way, he had high energy, and he ended up, we had to find these totems, and there was clues to find totems. One of the clues was put underneath the desk, and he was just looking underneath the desk and found it and just ripped it out. So we were kind of like, not really following the plan, but finding things. The people that were in the room know. It was really funny. We had a great time. We did escape. We escaped with not very much time left. So the time on it, Dom, how much was the time on it? It was an hour? Yeah, about 50 minutes. And so we found three of the four totems within 10 minutes, thanks to Barron's ferreting around. And then it took us the next like 40 to 35 minutes to sort of get the last one. At the end, we did figure it out, and we got through right at the nick of time. The person who was there watching us kind of gave us a little bit of nudging here and there. But we were able to complete it. It was a great team building exercise. The ALC is committed to doing it again, I think, because we had so much fun, and we really learned a lot about each other. And so it was fun. So I wanted to share that experience. The ALC is also leading from the front because they're going to all be at family reunion. And we're leaving tomorrow, or on Friday, as a lot of you know, and there's 18 people in this office total going, so we're going to have an amazing time. I'm committed to documenting my experience with the phone, and putting it on social media so that we can capture and share this. Some of the topics, I was going through my app today, and there's an app that everybody gets, and the topics are amazing. Gary Keller's keynote vision speech is going to be over the weekend. There's a one thing that Jay Papasan, who wrote one thing with Gary Keller, is going to be doing for teams. Another topic that I thought was great, dominate your market as a hyper-local expert. With the KW tools, they're really trying to get you focused on how to be the local market expert. Be the CEO of your business. Chris Suarez is going to be teaching that class, who is one of Shannon's favorites. He's an amazing leader of the team. Command is going to have a bunch of stuff, and for everybody that's going, there's going to be command for your contacts, smart plans, Sketchhouse, database, opportunities, which is leads. So this new tool that's being released in a couple days, they're going to be going through and breaking down how to use it. So the people that are going, this is going to be an amazing way to get in touch with technology that's going to change all of your lives. Like I said, I'm committed towards going over this technology and showing everybody here in this office how to use it. Standing out in the crowd with social media. I wanted everybody to know these topics because I think you can relate. There's a lot of stuff that we do in the office for training. There's a ton of stuff that's going to be here at Family Reunion that people are taking advantage of, okay? From conversion to conversation, FISBOs and expired listings. So there's a ton of content. What this all boils down to for you as agents, we're going to have a panel, okay? February 28th, right? I'm going to have champagne and strawberries right before the panel at 11 o'clock. Sam is doing her class at 12 o'clock, okay? So that class is well attended. So I expect everybody to come. We're going to have the ALC up. We're going to have Vivian Lesney up. We're going to have anybody else that comes to Family Reunion. They're going to be in a panel setting, and they're going to talk about their experience, and you're going to be able to ask questions. Michelle will be there, okay? As Michelle's going. And so it's going to be great. So it's going to be fun. So I want everybody to come so that you can experience what we experienced, go next year, and understand, what the process is. Her name is Dawn Krantz. She has a lot of history within Keller Williams, and I want to bring her up to introduce her to the group and share her story, and also understand how she came back into the Keller Williams fold. So let's bring up Dawn. Let's give her a big hand. Long time coming. So we've been talking for a while. I've really come to adore you. I think that you're amazing. You have a great skill set as an agent. So tell the world all the wonderfulness that I know.
Well, I'm obviously not young, and I took Gary Keller's first class in 1983. So I'm from here, but I moved to Austin for 30 years, but LA brought me back. And it was interesting because Gary had a little office, and I was totally enamored by him at that class. I didn't want to go with him because the office was too small. But I saw the sparkle in this guy that just had this small little office that was truly amazing. So I kind of followed him, all over the years. And I kind of go back and forth with real estate. So I'm one of these that's like I'm a serial, whatever looks exciting I go to.
What was the thing you were just recently doing? Movie producing?
I am a movie producer,
okay.
And I will always be a movie producer. Which is interesting. It's our same skill set. People ask me, and it's exactly our same skill set. So, yes, I do love to make movies. But anyhow, so I went to KW in 2001. I went back. I started with them at that time.
Tell us a little bit about, in 1 year, what was your...
138 houses by myself.
138 homes. Solo.
Wow.
And she's come come in, her license, she renewed it recently, and finally, and right, well, yeah. And so you have already a couple of transactions.
I'm closing tomorrow on my first deal.
Right, so, yeah. So anyway, she's amazing. Introduce yourself to her as you see her around the halls. Make her feel comfortable and warm within our family. Thank you. Sandra Crisanzo is with our Silicon Beach escrow. Let's bring her back. Let's give her a hand. So for those that maybe weren't getting to interact with escrow while you were there, like I said, we're super excited to have you back. Give us a little history on how many years you've been in business, and what's your favorite thing about escrow? What do you love about being an escrow officer?
Well, I started back in 2001, so I've been doing it for 17 years. My favorite thing is just being challenged. And
There are no challenges in escrow.
I love problematic files. Like,
Yeah.
I just like to get it.
But yeah, but you like sort of problem solving, right? And being able to take something that's challenging. Obviously, sometimes we all know we have challenging clients, right? And so being able to take that and provide great service so that maybe something that is an issue can be diffused and you can take care of it, right?
Yes.
Amazing. So she's back. She's going to really help us grow our escrow and deliver wonderful service to you guys. So thank you again. It's amazing. Alan, who's over in Planet Suarez, Macau, Pam Broda, Brittany Goodwin, Nick Hedberg, Vicky who's here, Lenny, Vivian, who's also here, Joseph, the commish, Russell, Oleg, a lot of my faves are coming out. We have Linda Ferrara, is capped again. Let's give her a hand. So I know this is your favorite part of the year, in addition to award ceremonies, right?
It is.
Yes. So, and I believe your anniversary was just
January.
last month, right? Okay. Which is now a custom. I mean, I remember when I first got here, right? I was like, within my first 3 meetings, 2 of them you had capped. It was like crazy, right? And so, so just share your wisdom. I mean, now you're a couple of years now in the business, because people seem to forget. I mean, when I first met you, I thought you'd been in business 5 years. I didn't.
5.
It seemed like it was a lot. It was an experience factor that you had. And so share now with the group what this means and like what the careers look like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi guys. So yeah, I mean, capping is always amazingly fun to do because everybody knows what it means to cap here, right? So, but first thing is that without the support and the tools, I wouldn't be getting these, in the first month every year of my anniversary. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. But capping means that number one, you just made a whole lot of money. So that's a great thing, right? That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
And for me, it also means it's like a pride thing, about reaching the goal of capping and being a contributor to our office, which is really important to me. Personal pride. But then again, it means also that for the next 11 months, I get to make 100% of my commission. So my career is going well, and this just means working hard, sticking to it, believing in yourself, utilizing the tools and the support that you have from this office, because that is key.
And you're growing the team, right?
Yes, by the way, I am. So we've grown the team since in the last 3 months.
Yeah.
I have 2 people on my team now, and we're all super busy. So I'm super excited about that this year, being a team versus an individual.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
It was really amazing because a lot of the services you go online and get, but as a group, as an office, we get more benefits, and also we get it at a discounted rate. I think it's what, 60%? About 60% discounted rate than what you would pay online. So he's going to explain all of it, but what I think the most important for independent contractors is that if you're out ill or you break a leg or something, you can't work, they subsidize your income. So that's really, really important and well worth it. And all the agents that used it and had an incident, they got paid immediately. And it wasn't like a whole process and you know, it
And
took
it's
forever.
relatively inexpensive.
And
This
it's
is not
relatively
a big
inexpensive.
expense.
And if you have
So
health
it's smart.
insurance, this
Yeah.
is in addition to your health insurance. So I'm going to let Vache explain the whole program and what we have to offer.
Yeah.
He's only going to be up here for 7 minutes, but he's going to stay
Yeah,
after, right?
that's right. He's going to stay after and answer your questions. So, Ben.
You did almost everything that I was going to say, so it'll be way less than 7 minutes. Thanks for having me
Yes.
here. First and foremost, my name is Vache Jacobian. I'm a district manager here for Aflac Los Angeles. How many people have heard of Aflac or have seen the duck, right? Funny enough, most people have heard the name Aflac, the brand Aflac. We're really good at branding ourselves and marketing. However, more than half the people have no idea what it is we do. A lot of people think we're a car insurance company, a pet insurance company, something crazy. What we're actually, and a lot of people think we're health insurance, which we're not. We kind of go hand in hand whether you have health insurance or not. You can take advantage of Aflac. And being part of this office here, you guys have the exclusivity to have access to all of our coverages at a severely discounted rate. I'm not going to bore you guys with all the details of what's covered and what's not, but just know that in a nutshell, Aflac is a paycheck protection company, and working as 1099s, we all know that we don't get, corporate style, W-2 style benefits. That's not the case with Aflac. Whether you're a 1099 or W-2, it makes no difference to Aflac, and that's also including disability, which a lot of people have a misconception about. The other great thing that we do is we offer you a lump sum of money in the event something catastrophic happens. And we all know if there's a catastrophic health event, whether it's an accident, an injury, an illness, a cancer situation, which I heard was brought up, you are entitled to a lump sum of cash, which is going to hold you from all your medical bills, and not only just the medical bills, but also your daily living expenses, your rent, your mortgage, your car payments, so on and so forth. Think about being out of work for a few weeks or a few months at a time, and all you're trying to do is take care of your illness. And next thing you know is you're cured, and you come back to a pile of late payments and this and that, and we've seen worse, foreclosures and really catastrophic events. And so Aflac has been fortunate enough to help over 60 million people in the United States to help combat these types of setbacks. So I'll be here, hanging out with you
You
guys.
also offer dental now, right?
We do. So I'll give you a quick breakdown. We'll offer you an accident coverage, which will cover you for 24 hours a day for any type of accidental injury. If you have to go to urgent care, ER, hospital, you're going to get some type of money back regardless if you have health insurance or not. We all know if you do have health insurance, you still have deductibles to pay per year, a couple thousand usually. We still have co-payments to pay. We still have medicine that isn't covered. We still have procedures that aren't covered. All these out-of-pocket expenses is exactly what we're here to take care of for you, usually, and some. So that's the accident coverage. We also have a short-term disability, which I touched on briefly. This is going to pay you per month for an X amount of dollars. That's completely flexible based on your annual income. You can get up to $6,000 just from Aflac. Working as 1099, don't have access to state disability. So whether you're expanding your family, going through a maternity leave, whether you've gone through an illness or an injury, the doctor says take time off of work. 1099s don't get this benefit until today. So that's the disability. We also have maintenance things, preventive things like dental and vision. We have some great life insurance products where you can take advantage of a group discount. So oftentimes, whether you have some major health history issues or not, you can most likely, I'll take a look, but most likely we can get you covered on something, which is great. So we also, the other things are the cancer coverage, which I wish we were here before to touch on, and also critical illness, which is things like heart attacks, strokes. The older we get, the more prone we are to these types of illnesses. We also have programs for that. So, I'm going to hang around. My team's going to be here, have some portos, enjoy, we'll chit chat, and we're going to try to help out as many people as we can.
Okay, these are all just reminders today, really. Things we've talked about, emails have been sent to you about it, but if I'm talking about it again, it's because I'm seeing it again from our office. So in general, just remember there are things we can advise our clients on, usually real estate matters, things we can't. Legal, tax, right? If they're getting divorced, if there's some issue with the property, if there's some tax questions, who should we refer them to? Right, the appropriate professional. We're the appropriate professionals to help them sell or buy property. A lawyer might be appropriate for something else.
But Don, I have, like I'm a client, I want to just kind of, what do you know? You've been in the business for so long. Can't you just tell me?
You have to be aware enough to have the conversation. You can't just stonewall your client and say, no, I'm not talking to you about that. Have a little bit of conversation about it, but always make sure in writing to advise the client who they need to speak to after
Also,
that.
you're not giving any kind of legal advice or
No.
anything, but here's what I think.
Right. In my experience, I've seen the following. It's not a substitute for you getting advice from your own attorney, right? And another thing that goes with this, our attorneys work for whom?
Us.
The brokerage, not your clients.
Yeah. Very important.
Right.
Does
Okay.
everybody understand that? I don't think everybody understands that.
No,
Say it one more time.
Our attorneys protect you, us, our brokerage, like a bubble around us and the clients. We don't connect the dots there and say our attorneys now represent the buyer or seller.
Do not do that. Just so we're clear. Okay.
Clients may think that that's something we provide them. It's not. So if there's a dispute between buyer and seller at some point, they may just need to get their own attorneys. We're out of it. Your clients can speak to our attorneys, and their attorneys can speak to each other. That's it. But our attorneys don't represent our clients. Okay? And that can shift also if you happen to be one of our brokerage's clients, seller or buyer. Just be aware of that. Okay? Disclosure. This came up again recently. What's the best thing to do with disclosure if there's a question about disclosure? Yeah, just disclose it. But how you do that and when you do that may affect your transactions. If you have questions about it, timing or the mechanics of disclosure, let me know. I can help you with that. If it's something I don't know, I'll ask our attorneys.
Come to contracts class and bring it up, right?
Yeah, come to class, ask there, but overall disclose something. Here's what I'm saying. Don't come to me and say, is this a loophole for disclosure? As soon as I'm asking me that, the answer is no. Disclose it. Do I not have to say this because it was 3 years and 1 day ago that someone died in the property?
Good point.
No, tell them. Right?
Good point.
Well, it was they were on the line when they passed.
Right.
They fell over and half of them was on, half
They
of them
actually
was
died coming out of the house.
Right. They died while falling. They just happened to land on the property line. Advertising guidelines. This has come up again too. The boards are enforcing this with cars orders. Check on all our advertising.
Yep.
So if you're,
What do you?
I haven't printed out, but we've sent this out before. I've sent out a version of it. Our attorneys have as well. If you're not really a team, guess what? You're not a team. Okay.
We had somebody. We had an incident.
We had that.
We had an incident, and they're going after the
If you're not, or if you want to be a team, really do it. We're here to help you become a team.
Right.
But don't just say we're so and so and associates and it's just you. It's misleading the public. That's the whole interest in their enforcement of advertising guidelines. Okay? If you that means 2 or more people. If you were a group, right? A group is not a group.
A team is 2. A group is 2 or more.
2 or more. Right. They're
And associates, you have to have another associate. Right?
yeah.
Just making sure.
Okay. Even if you are a team or a group, and you meet the requirements for the advertising guidelines with that, you still have to show that you're associated with our brokerage. Our brokerage has to be identified on all your marketing materials.
Right.
Our license number, our brokerage name. That goes for ads you put on Facebook, your business cards, your signs,
Email
flyers,
signature.
email signature. Those are all the ways you're out there advertising and marketing yourself, which is what you want to do. but those are also all the ways that the boards and CAR will find you and tell you need to change all of that immediately. That's the email we got last week. If this is wrong, you're not a team, change it immediately. We cut everything off. You can't do business. That's the consequence.
Yeah, and I would also just add, it wasn't like this team was like a huge, or person, or whatever, it wasn't a huge agent. So, I mean, don't think that it's a size thing, or they're not going to know, or whatever. So, they're going and looking. Yes, Reiko.
Hey, Reiko.
Do I have to have a retrofit inspection and a certificate of compliance on new construction?
Yes.
Or if it's just like a total, like they gutted it and we have the whole thing, like it's brand new, do I still have to do a retrofit?
Yes. And that certificate on the 9A, that certificate goes back to the city, signed with the original signature from a contractor or plumber, not us as agents, even though it says you can, we're not signing those. But yeah, that has to go back to the city. It's not something I can waive for you.
Yeah.
It's a city requirement.
Wow.
But it's brand new.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's right. Yeah.
You get a
It's-
brand new
it's a-
certificate signed too for that brand new project.
It's a liability issue, right? You don't, yeah. It's straight, clear issue. Any other questions for Mr. Broker Dominic? Yes, Rick.
When should I do or allow a final walkthrough of property?
Oh.
When is the final walkthrough advisable? Well, definitely do it is number one. If your client doesn't want to do that, you must make them sign that they are waiving their right to a final walkthrough. Verification of property condition, right? Interchangeable term, but technically it's
Should I do it the day that we're closing?
No,
No.
not do it the day of closing. Okay, it's not a contingency, right? It's not a contingency of sale. It's important your buyers know that. But it is something you should do.
What if they're the seller's staying in, and so they're gonna do the walkthrough after?
No. No, if there's anything materially different during that walkthrough and your buyer doesn't want the property anymore, you need to know. Before you close escrow, before that loan funds, before it records,
What was that part?
before the loan funds,
We're having trouble with
Yeah, I
this.
didn't hear
We're having
that.
trouble with
The
this.
big broker.
yeah, do it. See the property. Make sure it's the same thing your client decided to buy. Has anything changed? Because if you go through this whole thing and say, well, let's just go take a look at it the day we're going to record and something's wrong, your only recourse is to try and get them to pull the recording, stop the recording of the sale.
You have no leverage after the loan is funded to change anything if it's not already done at that point. That's the thing. No.
Final walkthrough.
Final walkthrough. VA. VP. Verification of property. VP. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I got a
What? Do we have some?
Dominic. I have a listing and I want to use somebody else's photos. Can I do that?
No, absolutely not. We are going after an agent who used our video to sell a property and potentially others. The way the letter was written from the lawyer is, you owe us damages for that commission and potentially others if that brought in clients. The quality of that video attracted other clients to you. You then sold 4 more properties because of that. That's our money too.
So don't do it.
So don't do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Don.
Hi guys, we have an announcement. So I have Jason with me now. We are sharing as loan officers this office and Keller Williams Silicon Santa Monica. So Jason's been in Santa Monica for several years.
Yeah, a little history on me. I started in business in 1996. It's been for a while. And I've been in Santa Monica for about, hey Joseph, how are you? In the office in Santa Monica for almost 12 years now. So I actually used to be in-house here in Marina del Rey. I was back at Keller Williams Marina del Rey. I was seeing Michelle back a while ago. So it's nice to be back. And I'm here not to step on any toes. This is Samantha's, for lack of a better word, baby. This office is her baby, and I'm just here to add any additional help that she may need. If you have clients that might be a better fit for me, that's okay, but please go to Samantha if you're already working with her, because she does a fantastic job. But I'm just here to add additional help. And so, just want to introduce myself, and any questions, please come to me anytime.
Thank you. And then, sorry, this came out a little small. So, as you all know, I am Sam the Saver. So thanks, Vivian, for that name. But we have a new update with our rescue loan. So if you have a loan that's falling apart, we're now when I start to get phone calls and people panicking. So if we need to do a loan rescue, we can use the old appraisal. If the appraisal wasn't an issue and it may have been like an HOA issue or the buyer's credit or something like that we still can close, we don't have to charge the buyer for that appraisal again. So that's like a $700-800 savings right there that may have prevented you from closing because the buyer just said, I'm not going to pay that $800, right? So anyway, and then one other thing is that rates have definitely improved. So some people have been looking at rates toward the end of last year and kind of just fell off the face of the earth. It's a good time to start calling them again, as I am all of my clients, and let them know, because the market is shifting too, it is a really good time to buy. So if you have any clients that you want Jason or I to speak with, just let us know. And thank you always for your support.
So are rates going to go down?
Yeah, you have, yes, so this is going to be a big day. So we're going to have, so this is a great class. For something like Rise we're going to do the family reunion champagne trumpet set.
Perfect.
Good individuals, newbie. This ends April 15th, okay? We've got an amazing dinner planned for Masters for those that are participating. Everybody's participating in this. Okay, so keep the pressure on the listings. Our office on Monday will be closed for President's Day. Staff will not be here. A lot of us will be at family reunion. But of course, you have access to the office through your cards. We are, for Tito's Tacos Tuesday, we've had about 10 to 15 people each night. It's been amazing. The Tito's Tacos are flowing. The Modelos are also flowing. And we generated about 8 appointments last night. We're doing a great job. I know you love it. And but we're not going to do it next Tuesday because I'll still be in New Orleans. So we're going to do it the following Tuesday. Okay, so next Tuesday, we're not going to be doing it. Okay, Kirk? All right. So we also have Rick's vision board class on the 20th, which is next week. Rick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's going to be
Hope to
amazing.
see you guys all there.
Yes.
Make sure you bring, I'm going to bring a whole bunch of magazines, but bring some magazines because you're going to cut out and post your vision and kind of make poster boards and all about where you want to go, not what you're currently doing. So we look forward to seeing you all there.
Having a strong visual aid to keep that
That's
motivation
right.
there.
That's right.
Make it happen. Okay, perfect. I'm going to be there. Okay,
There's an example. My vision board.
Yeah.
There it is.
Take a picture. Okay. We're also doing, we're going to have a rep from Tony Robbins. Tony's going to be here in LA again in March. And so this is going to be a performance meeting on that meeting and how to get there and go and participate. So that's going to be on the 21st, the following day, Thursday at 11 a.m. So for anybody interested in Tony Robbins, come to that. We also have, what is this? Moisture and Mold is putting on an event on Wednesday, the 27th. This is actually the Roca inspection, so if you have questions about mold, this is actually a really good class. And so how to test for mold, how to do air samples, swab samples, all that sort of stuff, how much it costs. Mold inspections are not cheap. Okay, so that'll be there. Chris is going to be doing his technology class on the 27th.